Hello and welcome to the StarPOWERPRENEUR Success Series. I'm Angelique Feaster Evans, your StarPOWER Success Strategist here, and I am indeed delighted to have as our special guest Mrs. Chloe DuPlessis with the DuPlessis Agency, a visioning, business branding, and development company. Chloe, thank you so very much for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me.
It is indeed our pleasure. Chloe, you know, it is very important that we celebrate our purpose, our passion, and our power. And as a StarPOWERpreneur, will you tell us your vision of success?
Absolutely. My vision of success is flexibility of schedule, being able to attend those things that mean a great deal to me, like my nephew's Little League game, or spend time with my husband and my family, and also being able to support those things that greatly interest me. That's my version of success, and being an entrepreneur affords me that opportunity.
Yes, and that's a very good feeling. In fact, it's a great feeling. I like to think of it as being able to be self-determined.
Absolutely.
And when you are self-determined, that gives you a sense of liberation and freedom to be able to really kind of dictate exactly the parameters of your lifestyle, both in business as well as in life.
Absolutely.
Yes. Well, I am dying to know more about the DuPlessis Agency. I know that you have been providing some wonderful services to some amazing creatives, but please share with us in detail about the DuPlessis Agency.
Absolutely. Well, what we do at the agency, the DuPlessis Agency, essentially frees creatives up to create. So whether you're an emerging writer or an established author, if you are a visual artist, a performer, say you've been writing that screenplay that you know needs to make it to the stage, we are the firm that you would engage to take care of all the business branding, visioning, and development requirements to free you up to create. So we are essentially a one-stop shop for creative entrepreneurs and professionals. We work with businesses and individuals alike. So you can literally come to our agency with your dream on a napkin and say, this is what I have, this is what I want to share with the masses. And we'll work with you. Our dedicated team of professionals will sit with you, and we'll take that napkin and flesh it out and give you a business plan, an action plan, to guide you along your road, and also provide you with a timeline, because we all know if it's not written down and a date's not attached to it, how often does it actually happen?
Right.
So we provide that foundational support for emerging businesses, emerging creatives. And say, for instance, you're intermediate. You know, you've been in business for a few years, things have not gone the way you would have liked, or you're doing relatively well, but you aspire to go to the next level, and it's all about positioning yourself for smart growth. We would also get with you and develop a plan and help you with your staffing needs. We can do a staffing search for you to get the people that you need in. Say you need an assistant, or you're looking for an intern, we can also provide those services as well. Or for our top tier clients, those are the clients that we work with that we absolutely love working with, because they're already experts in their field. They essentially could do it themselves, but guess what? They're so successful and so busy, they don't have time. They don't have time to do it. So they request us, and we work with them to take care of those business matters for them.
Wow. Chloe, that is amazing, I must say. You know, when I have been listening to you share about the DuPlessis Agency, what comes to mind for me as a StarPOWERpreneur is that aligning your purpose and your passion, it gives you that power to really be able to radiate your gifts and talents. And so seeing you and you sharing about the wonderful work that you're doing for creatives, because sometimes it is about delegation. We're so in the space of creating the art that really there are certain parts of the business and of the work that being able to delegate that, it would free us up indeed. And I'm speaking from that place of an artist. So I thank you for those much needed services that you're providing for artists in our region. Now, I would like for you to share 3 success strategies that we can leave with our viewers as a takeaway from our interview today.
Certainly. Well, the first thing I would suggest to anybody, creatives and non-creatives, if you are seeking to be an entrepreneur, to something that you know that you want to do, the first thing to do is determine exactly what your personal mission statement is. Oftentimes, when you are on this path of entrepreneurship or you're trying to build your business, different things will fall into your lap. It's very important to recognize that everything that presents itself may not be a blessing. Sometimes it's a distraction to take you off course. But you won't recognize that if you don't have your own personal mission statement. So what's important to you? What are your core values? What are you trying to do, and where do you see yourself? Once you determine your mission statement, everything else just falls into place. And the second thing I would do, once you have the mission statement, is to sit down and to actively make it plain, as they would say in the church, make it plain. Sit down, take that time for yourself, whether it's creating a vision board or simply buying a beautiful journal for yourself. Give that gift to yourself and take that time, take a Saturday, get a cup of tea, sit down and write out the things that you desire to do. One of the exercises we do with our clients is we call it the top 10. They come in with us once a quarter and they give us top 10 goals. This is what I'm trying to do over the next quarter. Some people are really focused on long-term planning. We honor that as well. But I always say, don't worry about what you're doing 10 years from now if you don't know what's going on tomorrow. Right. So that quarterly planning is very important, specifically for creatives, because things change, seasons change.
That's right. And
based upon the success or any challenges you've been faced in last quarter, you have to make adjustments for success. So when you sit down and create that plan, that vision plan based upon the mission statement, then you're well on your way. And the final thing that I would say to do, once you have that plan with a timeline, is abandon everything that you were conditioned to learn. Abandon everything that you've been taught that tells you that you can't do it, that you won't do it, or it's too late, or you waited too long. Yes. Abandon that and just go for it. I mean, a lot of people say, oh, I'm afraid of this, I'm afraid of that, and get rid of fear. They pretend as if fear doesn't exist. I say embrace fear. Put some heels on fear and a jacket and a good wig and let's go.
Let's go.
Dress that chick up and bring her for the ride.
Yes.
It's about embracing what is. And fear has a place, you know, it lets you know when situations are challenging or dangerous for you, but once you honor that fear is there, don't let it prevent you from going to the next level. Because every morning we wake up, and I always tell my clients this, you're given the same 24 hours as somebody else.
That's right.
So, but you determine, success is a choice. You determine what you're doing with the next 24 hours by defining the mission statement, setting a plan, attaching the timeline, and then getting ready, digging your heels and doing it. It can happen. Everything that I have been able to do over the past 10 years consulting in business started either with a napkin at a coffee shop or a beautiful journal from a local department store. Yes. Everything I put in writing came to fruition. Good or bad. Right. It's about accountability. Right. But it came to fruition. Some version of it came to fruition. So I'm a firm believer in planning and forecasting and speaking it to yourself, encouraging yourself, and putting it in the universe. Yes. And my personal testimony is that you cannot wait for others to create opportunities for you. Yes. Create the opportunities that you seek. If you're in a town or you're in a region or a market that doesn't have something that you know there's a need for it, create it. Right. Do it. Yes. 1 year ago, the DuPlessis Agency is actually a division of our consulting business. Mm-hmm. So literally 1 year ago, this month, the DuPlessis Agency was a page in a journal.
Wow. You know, I say the exact same thing. In fact, one of my phrases is that we don't have to wait for opportunities.
Absolutely.
Create them.
Absolutely.
And it falls so easily off of the tongue. But it's really that simple when you think about it. Mm-hmm. If there is a void, if there is a missing link or a gap in services or a gap in ideas or programming or whatever it is,
so true.
We are the ones we've been waiting for.
Yes.
And we can very well meet that need, fill that gap.
Absolutely.
So, wow, you have truly shared so much with us, and we're going to recap those 3-star success strategies. And we thank you so much, Chloe. I thank you for joining us. Thank you so very much. Absolutely. And I can't wait for the next year's report because, wow, on a napkin.
On a napkin.
From a napkin till now.
Oh, love
Thank
it.
you so
Copyrighted.
very Absolutely. Thank you so very much, Chloe.
My pleasure.
And remember the 3 success strategies to create your personal mission statement, to have a vision plan with a deadline, and 3, to abandon all limitations. And until next time, I'm Angelique Feaster Evans, your StarPOWER Success Strategist, and here's to your shining success.